Once Upon a Time stories from Leicester Library's Neighbourhood Services. I'm Sandy, and the story I want to share with you today is a story all about names. Now, it's got some other things in it too. It's got this stuff, straw, itchy, scratchy straw from the stables, and it's got this, golden thread. There, can you see that? Shiny gold thread. And the story is called Rumplestiltskin. Once upon a time, before your time, before my time, there was a miller's daughter, and her name was Daisy. Now, the miller, he was a busy man, and every day he'd be up at the mill grinding the wheat into flour, and customers had been coming and buying the flour to bake bread and make cakes with, and the money was coming in and life was good. Daisy was busy too. She was busy looking in the mirror, and she was busy doing her hair, and she was busy looking in the mirror again. And it was true, she was very pretty. She had hair like straw, yellow, straw-coloured, shiny, bright. And the miller actually was very proud of his daughter, and he'd say, "My daughter, she's the best looking girl in the whole town. Straw-coloured hair, like spun golden thread it is." And then it was, "My daughter, she's the best looking girl in the whole country, no, the whole world. Hair like spun gold." And people talked, and the news got out, and the king heard. So I suppose it wasn't a surprise that one day to the mill a golden coach came, and a man got out of the coach with a scroll, and he looked at the scroll. "Miller." "Yes, that's me," said the miller. "Daughter." "Yes, I've got a daughter." "Straw, gold." "Well, yeah, here she is." And the miller dragged his daughter downstairs, pushed her into the king's coach, and off she went to the palace. The king was there. "Marvellous," said the king. "I hear you're the girl that can spin straw into gold." Well, before Daisy could say anything, the king, "Off to the tower with her," he said. "There's a sack of straw in there. I want that spun into gold by morning, or it's off with your head." And Daisy was dragged off and locked in the tower. Well, she stamped and she shouted and she cried and she really messed up her hair. But in the end, Daisy had to admit she was in trouble, and no mistake. "Trouble?" said a little voice, and Daisy looked down, and there, in the tower with her, was a little creature, a little mannequin in a red jacket with a twirly tail. "Double trouble," said Daisy. "The king's locked me in here with a sack of straw, and I'm supposed to turn it into gold, which is impossible, and I don't know what to do. And anyway, who are you, and how did you get in here?" "Trouble first, names later," said the little creature, and with that he jumped into the sack and he started to spin around like a little red spinning top, fast, fast, fast. And when he'd finished spinning, the straw in the sack had changed into shining gold thread. "Oh, thank you," said Daisy. "Don't thank me," said the little creature. "A bargain's what I'm after. You're a miller's daughter, you should know that. I'll spin your straw into gold for the king if you will make a bargain with me after 3 nights. If you can't guess my name, then you will be mine." "Agreed," said Daisy. What choice did she have? So that's how it went. Every night, the little red mannequin appeared in the tower, and he spun like a red spinning top and turned a sack full of straw into a sack full of gold. And each night, Daisy would try and guess his name. Is it Will or Bill?" "No, 'tain't," said the creature. Is it Jed or Ned?" proper names, said the creature, and disappeared again. Daisy didn't know what to do. The nights were going by. And on the third night, the king himself came to the tower room. And, well, I'm very pleased with you, girl, he said. I can see that you've no problem turning straw into gold, so I won't be chopping off your head. I thought I'd have supper with you tonight. And he called the servants, and they brought golden plates and pies and cakes, and the king sat down to eat. And while he ate, he talked to Daisy, and he watched her, and he said, do you know, there was a funny thing, a strange thing today. I was out riding in my forest when I heard a tree singing, a hollow tree. And when I looked through the hollow, down into the dark, down the bottom, there was a fire. And I could see a little red creature dancing and singing round the fire. And it was singing, today I spin, tomorrow I bake, the next day the miller's young daughter I'll take. The king's gold is nothing to gain, unless you know Rumplestiltskin's my name. What do you make of that then, eh, girl? Daisy, well, she shrugged and shook her head, but inside she knew all right, and she was shouting and clapping her hands to herself. Well, when the king went and the door was locked, of course, the little red mannequin appeared, and he jumped into that last sack of straw, and he span like a red spinning top, and when he'd finished spinning, the sack was full to the brim once again with shiny gold, thread for the king. And out he jumped, and he stepped towards Daisy. Now you're mine, it's the third night, he said. Daisy took a step back. Don't be so hasty, she said. Remember the names. Names, said the little creature. Go on then, guess. You'll never guess anyway. So Daisy, she said, is it Larry? Is it Harry? No, tain't, said the creature. Is it Sly? Is it Shy? No, tain't, said the little creature, and he laughed, a nasty little laugh. You know you don't know, you'll never guess, you're mine. And he jumped towards Daisy, but she jumped back. I've one more guess, she said. Is your name? And she sang. Today I'll spin, tomorrow I'll bake. My name is Daisy, and I can escape. The king, his gold is nothing to gain, but I know Rumplestiltskin's your name. And when the little creature heard his true name, oh, he was mad. He shook his fists, and smoke came out of his ears, and his eyes burned like fire, and he stamped his right foot, and it went right through the floor. And then he stamped his left foot, and he fell through the floor down into darkness. And Daisy fell through too, but she crawled out of the tower, and then she ran until she got back to the mill home. And Rumpelstiltskin, well, he was never seen again. But that is his name, and this is his story. So if you liked it, you know what to do. Go and tell it to someone else. Bye.